Hi-Fi Vega, back again. This time, we're here to review the Pioneer TS-W1241 DVC. This sub has a foam surround, the condition of which we will discuss later, but it also has a nice bump back plate, stamp basket, very nice 5-way binding post, and it features Pioneer's legendary IMPP cone material. Without further ado, we'll jump straight into the scores. For output, it's scored an 8 of 10. It has very good output, and it's on par with the Rockford Fosgate P3, which up until this point was the loudest subwoofer I had tested in the Shootout. The output is very good across the board on every test track. For sound quality, it scores a 7.5 of 10. The sub sounded good on all the test tracks, but lacked somewhat in precision. And this is where we get to the fact of the foam surround. It's obviously past its prime, and I think with a new one, maybe it would have kept up a little bit better and maybe put up in the range of the Infinity Kappa that we tested earlier. So, much like Mark McGuire, there will be a bit of an asterisk in the sound quality score for this sub. For value, it scores a 7.5 of 10 with the MSRP of $250. This sub is a good value. It has nice terminals, a bump back plate. Where it falls short is the stamp basket in my opinion. For the price of $250, I expect just a little bit more. Now we're on to the most subjective factor, the wow factor, where it scores a 7.5 of 10. The output is surprising with this sub, but I'm not really feeling the look of it. It's kind of reminiscent of the newer kicker in my opinion. And outside of that, it just really doesn't stand out much for me. But I know a lot of people have a lot of respect for this sub, and it's for good reason. And this is only 10% of the total score in this, and it comes down to just my personal opinion. Now we'll get on with the sound demos, and I'll come back with my final grade and my final thoughts. Once all the weighted scores are calculated, we end up with a final grade of 76.5 or a C. This puts it 1 point behind the Rockford Fosgate P3, which currently sits in second place, only below the Sony Mobile ES sub that we tested earlier. We have 3 subs left. Once this is done, I will do a recap video and we'll kind of go through a rundown of the whole entire Shootout. As always, I'd like to thank each and every one of my subscribers, and especially those of you who like and comment and share. And those of you who aren't subscribed, you should do it. Click that little bell. The Shootout is drawing near. We have 3 subs left. Will the Sony remain on top, or do we have a sleeper in the group? The only way you'll find out is to subscribe and click that bell. And while you're subscribing, you might as well check out the podcast I do with someone much cooler than me, Big D Wiz. We're at 12 Volt Talk on YouTube, and we're also an audio podcast on Apple Podcasts and all the podcatchers. 12V Talk, search Big D Wiz or Hi-Fi Vega. Oh, oh, oh.